Okay, this is for a Mitsubishi Magna Virago VXR. If you've got a problem with your seat and it does this, like you can see, it's rather annoying when driving. You brake and it goes forward on you, and you take off and it goes backwards again. Not much, but enough to annoy you. I'll show you how to fix it. And because this seat has airbags in it as well, disconnect the negative from the battery first. I'll reconnect the battery so I can lock the car later while the seat's out, but be disconnecting it again before reinstalling the seat as well. So for starters, you want to remove the 14mm bolts from the front and back, and you'll have to remove the covers as well. They just lift up and unclip. Okay, this one up the back here, I had to pop a clip, one of those little clips out as well to remove that cover, and this one just unclips from the other side there. So 2 bolts from the back. Now I need to get to that power connection there on this seat, unclip them, then I can take the seat out. Yeah, so to unclip these power connections, you gotta lift that little green lid on the red connection first, and then just press the clip down and unclip it. And on the blue one, on the side that's far from here that you can't see, you just press that clip in and pull that plug out as well. Now I can remove this seat. Alright, so you can see the problem here. And it's moving like that on both sides. So what we're going to do is remove these bolts now to fix them up. Okay, so what's happening here is this fitting here has worn away, and it's only a soft rubber, and you can see that's supposed to be on that, and it's supposed to be complete around, and that slides in over the top to stop the movement, but that's broken off and worn away, so it's allowed to play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use an O-ring to replace it. The O-ring size is that there. So I'm going to put that into here, which turns out to be perfect size. And then I'm going to put it all back together, and that should be all I need to do to remove that play. Okay, so that side's done and fixed. No more movement in there. I'm going to do the same with this side, but you can see exactly the same problem. So take that out. It's all worn away there. So I've had to use a second washer on that side. So we'll get the O-ring on this side, and I'll show you the same thing. I'll have to assemble it with 2 hands, but just quickly. So I've got my O-ring over the top, the one I'm replacing with. Then I'm going to use a washer. Well, I'm going to use the original plastic part first. Then my washer over the top of that. And then the original washer over the top of that. And screw that down. And make it all nice and tight again. Good thing to take into consideration though, if you push this arm down, you can get that out of the way, and you can slide this, so you can slide the roller so you can clean the area. Do not turn that around and around, because then you're going to put the seat out of alignment when you put it back in, and then you're just going to find you're going to have to take the seat back out, turn it around, and keep adjusting it until you get the bolt holes line up properly to be able to put the seat back in. If you've made the mistake of turning this too many times and you don't know if the seat's lined up, you can tell by here, there is a notch right here. Okay, there's a notch right here that lines up with this here, and on this side as well. There's a notch right there, lining up with that there. So now I've got the seat is in line, and we're ready to go. Okay, so that's it. Both sides are fixed. Both sides don't move anymore. Ready to go back in the car. I've just used old washers that I've had around here that make sure that they will fit over the bottom connection, so they can slide down and they can push the pressure. You can see that there's a gap there, so I'm still getting that rubber from the original rubber that's giving me that space there for cushioning, I guess. Make sure that your O-ring, if you added one like I did, that it didn't come out through the bottom and push out, which mine didn't. And the Allen ratchet that you're going to need to use to fit these guys is a T50 to get those guys out. Right, so just to do a recap on this, with this here, I've got the O-ring on there, I've got my extra washer, and I've got another washer on top. It's not the original one, the other side is. And then you've got the hex bolt. Now, the washer I used is not overly thick. This part is important because you can't, say, go too thick and then put a bolt on and tighten it down, because this needs to button up against the original, what would you call it, the part that comes up in the center there. That needs to button up against it still. So this has pushed those both washers down, and I've still got that rubber cushioning underneath there when this is tightened right down. That's how it's got to be. You can't go hard up. Well, maybe you can, I don't know honestly, but this is the way I've done it. I didn't want to go hard up against it because it wasn't designed that way, so this is the way I went with it, and everything's perfect and in place. I've gone ahead and I've found that the cushion is pulling apart here and there as well. So I've put a board in, and this has got nothing to do with the video, obviously, but I'm just showing you what I've done. I'll put a board in for the center so you can see how it goes for a high rise and drops. So a bit of board along there, board through the center, and I've already put the seat other way around and sat on it, and it's very comfortable. And that's because of that cushioning falling away. Obviously the seat's sinking further than it should, originally intended to. And now the seat cover's on, everything's back together. So I got the seat cover on properly. I took the covers and everything off so I could put the seat cover on and then put all the covers back on. So now I'm ready to put this back in the car. That's it, works perfect now. No more movement there. All my electronics and everything still work. Sweet as. So that's all it is, just a couple of O-rings, and you can fix your seat and get on your way. Thanks for watching my channel TEKNOFIED. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers guys.